The lesson outcome for this video is I can rewrite equations, or in other words, solve for a variable. An equation with more than one variable can be rewritten so that one variable is a function of the other variable or the other variables if there are more than two. Here are a couple of examples. The first example, 3x plus 2y equals 8, needs to be solved for y, which means we need to get y alone. That's what this means. Get y alone. Okay? So to get y alone, it's just like we've been solving, except for there's this other variable in here, this x right here, and we're not quite used to that. So here's the process. We're going to use the same steps that we would for solving an equation. So we're going to do the opposite of PEMDAS to solve. And so we're going to start by subtracting this 3x right here from both sides of the equation. Now when you do that, what we're used to is we are used to taking these two things and combining them. Now this time we can't, because one is a constant, 8, and one has a variable term, with an x in it. So these cannot be combined. They are not like terms. So when we do this, our 3x and our negative 3x make 0. So we're left with 2y equals, and then we have an 8 and a negative 3x. So we can write this two different ways. We can write 8 minus 3x, or we could have written it negative 3x plus 8. Either way would be completely correct. At this point, y is not alone yet. To be alone, it has to have a coefficient of 1, so 1y we're looking for. So we need to divide this by 2, because we know 2 over 2 is 1, and that will make us have just 1y on the left-hand side. To do this on the other side of the equation, we need to divide this entire side by 2. The entire side. So then, if we rewrite this, y equals, we can actually leave this as 8 minus 3x over 2. And this is an acceptable final answer. Okay? If both the 8 right here and the negative 3 right here, if they were both divisible by 2, we could simplify this, but we're just going to go ahead and leave this in this format right here. So y has been solved for in terms of x. So y is a function of x. The second example says solve for b. Let's see that. So area equals b times h. This is the area formula for a rectangle, for example, or a parallelogram. So if the area is the base length times the height, there it is, and we want to solve this for b. Again, we take a look at where our b is. Here it is. We need to get b alone. That's what solve for b means. Get b alone. So we are going to see that b is being multiplied by h, and so we have to do the opposite operation. We're going to divide this side by h. Our h's, h divided by h, no matter what h is, will be 1. So we have 1b. So that's our b over here, or 1b. And what do we also have to do? Well, we need to divide both sides by h. If I divided the right-hand side by h, I need to divide the left-hand side by h. When we do so, we have the area of that figure divided by the height, and it equals b. This is our final answer. We have solved for b. The base of this rectangle right here will equal whatever the area of the rectangle is divided by the height. Go ahead and try these two examples on your own, and then come back and start the video and check to see how you did. One quick note is that it says so that y is a function of x. Write this equation so that y is a function of x, again, means solve for y. Go ahead and pause. All right, so let's take a look and see how you did. First example, ax plus b equals c. We want to solve this for x. X is being multiplied by a, and then we have b being added to it. Again, another reminder that we are going to solve by using the reverse of our order of operations. So we're going to start down here and move our way up. So we're going to first add or subtract from left or right. We want to get rid of this addition right here. We've got to get rid of this. So we are going to subtract it. If I subtract it from one side of the equation, I need to subtract it from the other side as well. We now are left with, since these cancel and make 0, we have AX equals C minus B. Again, you could have written negative B plus C, but C minus B works as well. And again, we want to solve for X, so now we need to get rid of this A right here. X is being multiplied by A, multiplied, so we need to do the opposite operation, which is divide. I'm going to divide this by A. I'm going to divide this side over here by A. A divided by A, A divided by A is 1, so we're left with X equals C minus B over A. We have solved the equation for X. The next one, write 2x minus 3y equals 11, so that y is a function of x. That means solve for y. So again, following the same steps, we want to get rid of the 2x that's in front of the y, so we're going to subtract 2x, and again, both sides of our equation, subtract 2x. Hopefully you notice right away, we cannot combine these two terms. 2x minus 2x is 0. Be very careful here. This negative sign must come down. We have negative 3y, check to see that you did that, equals 11 minus 2x. To get y alone, we want to get 1y, in other words. We want to divide both sides by negative 3. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 will be 1. And over here we want to divide by negative 3 as well. Y equals 11 minus 2x over negative 3 is our final answer. We have written the equation so that y is a function of x. One last example. We have area equals 1/2 base times height. That's the area formula for a triangle you see after the right. Solve the formula for h. Here's our h right here. It's being multiplied by b, and it's being multiplied by 1/2. We can do this problem in a couple of different ways. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides of my equation by 2. The reason I'm doing that, I'm technically multiplying by the reciprocal of 1/2 so that I get rid of that 1/2 that's in front. So if I multiply this side of the equation by 2 over 1, I need to multiply this side of the equation by 2 over 1. Notice 2 and 2 can cancel each other out because 2 divided by 2 is 1. So then we've got 1 over 1 and another 1 over 1 here, which is 1. This will simplify to be b times h. And on the left-hand side, we have 2 over 1, which is 2, times a. So we have 2a. Now to solve this for h, we need to get h alone. It's being multiplied right here by b. We need to divide by b. Both sides of our equation, of course. B divided by b is 1. So we have h remaining on this side, and we have 2a divided by b on the left. We have solved the formula for height.